Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Andrew Ray here. We're going to bring y'all another Division video. Today's video, I wanted to bring y'all a Predators Mark build. This has been a build that I've been working on for a little while. Just haven't been able to quite get the right pieces I needed until now, so I wanted to bring it to y'all as soon as I was able to put it together. Obviously, there's still some things that would change. RNG is always not with you when playing a game like this, especially when the stats, and there's just so many roles and so many possibilities for all the stats in it. But anyways, disregarding all that, guys, let me go ahead and bring y'all this build and give us some information on it. So the main setup on this, or I guess you could say the main setup on this, whatever, is basically going to be 3 stand pieces, 2 firearm pieces. The main reasoning behind that is just to balance out toughness and DPS. I was running this build. I actually have some footage of it, just because I don't have any footage of the current build in the DZ. But I was actually running this build a lot more glass cannon than this. I was setting about 360 DPS, 360,000, but only about, I think I was at 360 toughness. But anyways, I was able to shred like crazy, but unfortunately it was extremely squishy and it just didn't work out too well. So I reverted some changes. Increased my toughness a little bit, took a little bit of hit in DPS. Still have that 5,000 cap though, so it's no worries. You're still gonna be able to melt with that 5,000 by hitting that 5,000 firearms cap there. And stamina is somewhere around 7,000. My main goal was to get my health above 200,000. If you don't know, just 200,000 is a really good cap. I found out for just any build in the DZ. And unfortunately, yeah, like I said, I wasn't running that beforehand, but I'll have some footage just showing off the build with the high DPS, and then I'll have some more footage coming with the little tankier build here. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. Running the Level C, guys. Obvious reasons. Level C is just one of my favorite AR guns. You can obviously run an M4 in place of it. I have not got a good M4 for whatever reason, man. I've been trying to get a good one. Just really haven't had any drop. But anyways, Level C is definitely a good fit. I mean, it's practically the same gun anyways, so Unforgiving, Deadly, and Destructive are my 3 main talents. I would have preferred to have maybe something like Vicious there in place of Deadly, just because you want as much crit hit damage and as much critical hit chance as possible. So I mean, obviously Deadly still fits the synergy for this build, but the main reasoning you want so much crit hit damage and so much crit hit chance is just because obviously the last 10 bullets you fired are basically what is going to be causes the bleed effect. The total amount of damage from that is what's going to cause that bleed. So you want your crits and you want your damage to be extremely high, so that way your bleed is effective, and it all just comes back to the bleed. You want just high crits just for that. And for my secondary, running the Navy MP5, got responsive, destructive, and competent on here. Definitely a very good sidearm weapon that works very well with this build. 16.9k damage, critical hit damage is definitely helpful for like I said, just building up those high crits, so that way you can get your bleeds to tick at a high damage. Go ahead and go over the mods for my lowest C here. Running headshot damage, critical hit damage, and crit hit chance. Like I said, you want to stack as much crit hit damage, crit hit chance, headshot damage, as much damage as you possibly can. Reload speed up to range, critical hit damage for the underbarrel, of course extended magazine, critical hit damage, rate of fire, standard stuff. Like I said, just more crit hit damage, more headshot damage, more crit hit chance. Want to just stack as much as you can. I'm not really sitting at a high crit hit chance right now. That's kind of why the reason I thought Vicious would be a little bit better from a primary slot. But like I said, always got to work with what you got. But the crit hit damage still works well. And for the Navy MP5, same thing as well. Trying to stack as much headshot, crit hit chance, and crit hit damage as possible. Ability, crit hit damage, reload speed, magazine size, reload speed, rate of fire. Still looking for some better underbarrel for this weapon. Yeah, that's mainly what you want to do for your weapons, guys. Get yourself some good talents, get yourself some high base damage weapons. So that way that bleed is very useful. Alright, into the gear now. Rocking a Predators Mark vest. Not messing with the bulletproof vest anymore. Fortunately, just the roll on it isn't isn't too great. It's definitely not, you know, the worst, but it's, I don't know. I would prefer to have health, and unfortunately, my striker build kind of suffered in toughness because I was trying to put the Barrett's chest in there. But I do have a new video coming out showing just the striker build. I did have one a little while ago talking about a tweak for the striker build, but I will have another one coming out that's actually, you know, showing the full tweak that I did, rather than just talking about it. But anyways, running the Predator's Mark Vest, stand piece, health on kill, armor, and ammo capacity. Main reason for the health on kill is I have it on my gloves as well, so it helps for that survivability. Just having a little bit of survivability, because unfortunately with this build there really isn't, you know, there's no, like Alpha Bridge, you kind of get the regen speed and stuff like that. There's really nothing with this build. It just comes down to reload speed, assault rifle, SMG damage, and the Predator Mark um, perk itself. And of course for the mask, I have a firearms mask with exotic damage resilience and enemy armor damage. Exotic damage resilience, of course, just for the grenades and those GNAs in the dark zone. You know, just anything you can to try and take that damage down for me, because those definitely are useful, and they're well used in the meta these days. So, and of course, enemy armor damage, as you all know, best minor stat in the game as of now. So, stack it as much as possible. It's very important to any DPS build or any build really. Um, and moving on to the knee pads. Predator's Mark knee pads, of course, firearms. Of course, rolled armor from major stat, obvious reasons. Minor attributes, increased kill XP, enemy armor damage, and burn resistance. Like I said, enemy armor damage, very important. Best minor stat in the game. Moving on to the specialized backpack. 200% of firearms stamina, move to skill power, helps your heals be decent, and helps your talents. Your skills, excuse me, such as, you know, pulse and, like I said, booster shot, just helps bump those up. If I didn't have this, I'd be sitting around like 80,000 skill power, which is just a little low, and it just all helps with the you know, just the compatibility with everything, and just the versatility that I always try to bring you guys. So yeah, that specialized backpack just helps get that skill power up. Say stand piece, running armor, ammo capacity. I'll go ahead and go over the mods here after I go over the set themselves, or the gear pieces themselves. I have the operator gloves here, guys. Running savage gloves. Another stand piece. Would obviously like this to be a little bit higher for the stamina. That's definitely a low roll, but still very good set of gloves. Assault rifle damage, health on kill, and critical hit chance. So like I said, that 4% health on kill synergizes really well with what I have on my chest, so that all worked out pretty good. And of course, down to the holster. Running the holster, which is all really good stats. Got really lucky with this one, and was able to roll armor on it. They're all 1248, 1245. Definitely very good stats for holster. But yeah, guys, this is the main, I guess you could say, template. That's a really good one running this build. Main reason I didn't really run any other high-end pieces here was I wanted the Savage Gloves just for that crit hit chance out of cover. Like I said, the more crit hit chance you have, more crit hit damage you can do, more damage your bullets will do in turn, more damage your bleed will do over time. So it's all just comes down to that, guys. Go over the mods as well. Run it just all stam and armor mods on every single piece. Only reason I wanted to just do that last, just because it's real simple. Just stacking as much stamina and armor as well. As well as for performance mods, running self-heal, first aid self-heal just for the DC, and just for those fights, just to help those heals get up there a little bit more. Yeah, this is the main template that I found out after a lot of testing. Like I said, I was running this with the Barrett's chest with high firearms and low toughness, and it was just a mess. I was obviously doing a lot of damage, but I mean, just there's really no point when you're just getting melted by a, you know, FAMAS or something else in like a second. So this definitely helped to bring the build around full circle. And as far as Barrett's chest goes, hopefully I can get a better one and plug it into some of these builds, because like I said, my striker build was kind of hurting just because I was trying to build it around that. And like I said, when I first made this build, I tried to do the same thing and build it around Barrett's chest, and I learned the hard way in the DC with both those builds. But yeah, it's better off to go with the you know, what fits. Having a better piece of regular gear is definitely a lot better than having a shitty exotic. So, but anyways, here we are, guys. Like I said, yeah, just lesson learned the hard way. moving into the primary attributes and weapon attributes and all that stuff that actually matters, besides the DPS and all that. Running 19,000 damage on my weapon. Would like that to be around 20-ish, but I mean, when I pop my booster shot, it bumps up to about 20, 21, so it's not too bad. 50% crit hit chance, 56% crit hit damage, 98% headshot damage. Like I said, just trying to stack as much crit hit chance and crit hit damage as possible. I'd obviously have more if I was able to roll some crit hit chance on my my gloves, or excuse me, crit hit damage on my gloves and some crit hit chance on my mask. I would have a lot more, but it all works out what's there as well. Yeah, let's go into the enemy armor damage, 53%. Like I said, with any build these days, it's very, very, I guess you could say, crucial to have enemy armor damage at least above 50%. You want that to be your cutoff, especially if you're running ARs. It all works together so well, and pretty much will put them in the meta. But yeah, get that enemy armor damage if possible above 50%. It's definitely crucial to shredding through that armor and do more damage. And of course, toughness and 206,000 health. Fortunately, my armor's pretty low on this build. I think that has to do with just my low arm performance mods. I need to work on getting some higher armor stamina mods. At least try and get them all 255s versus the 249s that I have now. But it's still, it's still right there. I like the armor cutoff, or I feel like a really good. The minimum for armor is about 53%. If you're 53 to 55%, you're there in the top tier. So as you can see, I'm just outside of it, but I'm right there knocking. So just get that as high as possible, guys, if you can. But like I said, 53% is a good cutoff. Same thing with health, 200,000. Like I said, I was learning all that stuff the hard way when I was doing some testing on this build as well as a few other builds that I'll have coming for you. But yeah, 200,000 is just a really good cutoff for health here. A really good number that you can easily stack to once you hit that 5,000 firearms max there. Yeah, guys, this is what I'm working with at the moment. Very fun build. Definitely pretty much a pure DPS build with a little bit of a tanky feel to it. I just wanted to spread everything around. Obviously, these numbers aren't the greatest right here on paper, but it performs a lot better than what it looks. Especially for hunting rogues and for hunting players that are running away from you. It's really nice being able to just pop 10 shots off and get that bleed going on them. Usually for players, I'm able to get a bleed that's about depending on the circumstance. Obviously, body shots about 10,000 if I'm doing body shots, and headshots about 15,000 ticks. 15,000 damage per tick for the bleed there on headshots. So it definitely does its job. As far as PvE goes, though, I really wouldn't recommend this set. I mean, it still can be used and it's still pretty fun. But the bleed itself, since the enemies have such a high health pool, it's definitely not as useful in PvE as it is in PvP. I wish it was a little bit more useful in PvE, but this is one of those sets that you can tell it suffers to play both roles, unlike some other sets like Strikers, like Firecrest, Tactician's Authorities. Those are really good versatile sets for PvE and PvP. This definitely takes a hit because obviously they can't make the bleed too strong. If they did make it really strong in PvE, then obviously that would affect PvP, and it would just be, players would be bleeding out like crazy with just, crazy bleeds per second going on them. So I definitely understand that. And just to sum it up, guys, before I let y'all go, just want to go into the skills. Of course, using Pulse. Booster Shot, obvious reasons. Pulse to get that extra crit hit damage, crit hit chance. Booster Shot for extra damage, damage resilience. And of course the talents. At the moment, I am using Critical Save, just for that extra damage resilience whenever you're getting low, obviously for PvP. Using Shrapnel as well, something I've been messing around with. It basically just applies a bleed effect, just like Wildfire for the Firecrest set. 30% chance that, the enemy that you affect with bleed is gonna cause people around them within 10 meters to get that same bleed effect. So it helps if there's a lot of people bunched up. Definitely helps more on the PvE side than I guess I would say PvP side, but it's just a good one to have in case, like I said, people do end up, start bunching up. Using Strike Back instead of Adrenaline. Main reason is just to get the increase on skill cooldowns by 20% when you're at low health. So, and of course on the move, just for the damage, extra damage resilience and damage reduction when fighting. So yep, there it is, guys. Like I said, I will be having a gameplay video up on this pretty soon, just kind of showing some different stuff. Like I said, I have one coming up from the DZ that was when this build was a little bit higher DPS, less toughness, but it still shows, you know, exactly what this build can do until I can get y'all another video with this build going. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and just real quick. Over here so I can kind of show y'all exactly what I'm talking about for bleeds here. Best case scenario with any enemy, obviously no armor, no nothing, you're going to be looking at about 30,000 per tick for the bleed headshots. It's about the same in the body, but let's see exactly what my skill reset. So give me that best case scenario. Yeah, one good thing about using this in PvE is you can win in the group. It definitely works a lot better than by yourself, but basically just run around and get these stacks going on multiple enemies. And that definitely helps for burning down enemies over time. So I mean, like I said, it does have very good potential. But like I said, unfortunately, PvE it's not the strongest, but it it still works. with good gameplay and cover and everything, I guess any set can work. So let's show some damage off the body. And on the body with everything popped, it looked at about 18,000. So 358 toughness or 258 DPS and 515 toughness whenever I have everything procced. So yeah, definitely a fun set to use, guys, especially in the DZ. Like I said, it's not the best for PvE, still can be used. You're obviously still doing a large amount of DPS, and those bleeds definitely help. But as far as easiness and all that stuff, I would rate Strikers and probably my Firecrest set above this one as far as PvE goes, just for that ability to melt the NPCs, especially the big guys, quicker. But this, like I said, it's still versatile with cover and movement. But I'll go and have a gameplay video of that showing y'all some PvE, and then, like I said, a little bit of PvP. So y'all take it easy, guys, and until the next video, I'll see you later, guys. Andrew Ray out.